Hello, Oak Ridge students, and welcome back to school. I'm Mrs. Bartlett, one of your assistant principals, and it's a pleasure to have you here at Oak Ridge High School. My colleagues and I are going to spend a little time today talking to you about the rules and expectations for student behavior here at Oak Ridge High School. As we talk about rules at Oak Ridge High School, one of the first rules for you to know about is that Oak Ridge High School is a closed campus. That means that once you arrive for school, you need to stay here at school unless you have parent permission and you have checked in or out through the attendance office. No visitors are allowed at Oak Ridge High School who haven't been approved through the principal's office. We also have boundaries here at Oak Ridge High School, physical boundaries, and we ask that you stay within those boundaries for your safety and the safety of everyone else. So make sure that you stay in bounds. Well, how do you know what's in bounds? We went ahead and painted some blue lines just for you so that you would know where you are and aren't supposed to be. Please stay within the campus of those blue lines. The blue lines indicate that if you step over them, you're out of bounds. If you stay on the other side of them, you're in bounds and you won't find yourself in violation of the rules. The closed campus is designed to ensure your safety so that we know who is and isn't supposed to be on campus. Please abide by the rules and stay on campus. You're not allowed to leave campus to go out to lunch, and you must check in and out of the attendance office if you're going to be coming in late or leaving early. Remember, Oak Ridge High School is a closed campus. As we talk about the out-of-bounds areas, please remember that the parking lots are off limits during school hours, and that parking lots can be very busy places. We need to make sure that we're driving safely, being considerate of one another, and being respectful of the fact that we have very few parking spaces for a large number of students. So please remember, parking lots are off limits during school hours. Don't use your car as a locker. We have lockers for those purposes. Parking lots are off limits during school hours, and please be respectful when you drive. We don't want anyone getting hurt. We at Oak Ridge High School are proud to host outstanding extracurricular activities. I'm standing here today in our large gymnasium. It is the home to outstanding state championship basketball teams, and we have wonderful activities in which you can become involved. From theater, to music, to athletics, to all sorts of clubs. We encourage you to become involved. It's one of the best ways for you to ensure success in high school. So find something you're interested in and get involved. As you get involved in extracurricular activities, whether you're actually participating in them or attending some of our events like football games or dances, please remember that all school rules apply at all school events, and that includes the dress code. While we're here in the gymnasium, let me remind you that we have fabulous dances at Oak Ridge High School, and we hold many of them right here in this gymnasium. We hope that you'll attend some of our dances, and there are some rules that you need to keep in mind. Once again, please refer to your planner for the dance code policy rules and regulations, or look at the website for those. But a few key things to remember. You must always bring your picture identification, you must always dress according to the dress code, and the doors close at 1 hour after the beginning of the dance. So please remember to get there in a timely fashion. We hope that you'll come to the dances and that you'll abide by these rules. At Oak Ridge High School, as we've been saying, we have some rules in place to help ensure the safety and comfort of all students and staff. One of the things that we ask of you is that you dress according to the dress code each and every day at Oak Ridge High School, as well as at all of our extracurricular activities, whether you're a participant or whether you're there to watch the activity. Please remember, we do enforce the dress code, and it can become challenging in some hot weather. Again, you are here for the business of learning, and we ask that you dress accordingly. If you violate the dress code, you will be asked to change into your fabulous Life Fitness uniform, or if it's your second violation, you may have to call your parent to have them bring you a change of clothes. Again, we take it seriously because we are concerned with ensuring that we have very few distractions to the learning environment and that everyone feels safe and comfortable. If you have any questions about the guidelines for the dress code, particularly if you have concerns about the length that shorts or skirts should be, or how many different colors you need to be wearing at any given time, or if you don't know if a t-shirt is appropriate, please contact one of us in the administration office or refer to the website or your planner for additional details. Please dress according to the dress code and avoid finding yourself in any trouble. We're all about making sure everybody feels safe and comfortable as we embark on our journey of learning.
Hi, I'm Ron Thomas, one of the assistant principals here at Oak Ridge High School, and today I'd like to talk to you about our student expectations. So let's talk about electronic devices. Cell phones, iPods, iTouches, and PSPs, and other electronic devices should not be used on campus during times of instructions. Students must turn off, not use, and keep out of sight electronic devices during times and places of instruction or during any period of the day when classes are in session. In areas such as a classroom or other instructional locations, hallways, bathrooms, etc. Students should also turn off electronic devices or keep them out of sight in the school library or while attending an assembly. The first offense for an electronic device, we will confiscate the cell phone and you'll receive 2 detentions. The second time we will confiscate the cell phone, you'll receive a Saturday school and the phone will be returned to a parent. And finally, the third offense, we'll confiscate the cell phone, you'll receive an in-house suspension, and again, the cell phone will be returned to the parent. All forms of tobacco are prohibited on campus. And when I say tobacco, I'm talking about chewing, cigarettes, you get the idea. If you are caught with tobacco, the consequences include an intervention program, Saturday school, and possible suspension. So again, tobacco prohibited on the campus of Oak Ridge High School. So let's talk about theft, ladies and gentlemen. Stealing, attempting to steal, or found in possession of stolen property can result in up to 3 days of suspension. So ladies and gentlemen, if you find something that doesn't belong to you, turn it into a teacher, turn it into the administrative assistant, turn it into the AP secretary. Don't hold on to it, because once again, stealing, attempting to steal, or being found in possession of stolen property will result in up to 3 days of suspension. Extortion or robbery, taking another person's property through force or threat of force or intimidation, is a 5-day suspension. Again, taking another person's property through force or threat or force of intimidation, you will receive a 5-day suspension. Also remember, if you damage the property of someone else, we're looking at a 3 to 5 day suspension. So extortion, robbery, damage to someone's property, all prohibited here at Oak Ridge High School, and we're looking at 3 to 5 days of suspension. Again, if you have any questions or concerns about this rule, please refer to your planner or the website. So let's talk about cheating, ladies and gentlemen, also known as the academic breach of integrity. If you are plagiarizing, if you cheat or knowingly allow someone else to copy your work, you are in violation of the breach of integrity. For more information on the breach of integrity, I would suggest that you take a look at your student planner, you take a look at the honor code, you chat with your teachers, you even take a look at the teacher syllabus that they pass out to you. But the thing to remember is that the first incident, student fails the assignment, receives a Saturday school, and the teacher calls home. Second incident, with respect to the breach of integrity, the student will again fail the assignment, you'll receive an in-school suspension, and the administrator will call home for a parent phone or personal conference. That third incident, ladies and gentlemen, student will continue to receive zeros on assignments, and incremental discipline / consequences will take place. The administrator will call home, and or a student study team meeting with the counselor will take place. Profanity and vulgarity. So, offensive social behavior of any kind will result in a detention, a Saturday school, or a 3-day suspension, depending on the degree of the vulgarity and profanity. Harassment. Any form of harassment will result in various disciplinary actions. And when I say harassment, I'm talking about online harassment, harassment through text messages, racial harassment, sexual harassment, harassment due to sexual preference, due to religious beliefs, or due to political beliefs. Oak Ridge High School is committed to providing a safe and orderly environment for all students that promotes respect, civility, and dignity. It is the purpose of our policy here to create and to preserve an educational environment free from any type of harassment. So again, we take harassment very seriously, and we are very proactive when it comes to preventing sexual harassment or any type of harassment. Hazing is also a form of harassment, and it's described in various rituals and other activities involving harassment, abuse, or humiliation. Again, it is something that is prohibited. Both hazing and harassment can result in suspension and/or expulsion. And again, if you are still confused about hazing and harassment, feel free to refer to your daily planner or the website.
Hello, Oak Ridge. This is Aaron Palm, one of the assistant principals at Oak Ridge High School. I work with students with the last names that go from H to O. And I want to talk to you today about some of the student expectations, and I'm going to start with attendance. Hello, Oak Ridge High School. Attendance is the single most important factor in a student's success at Oak Ridge High School. Being to every single class and being there on time is the huge factor in being successful. If you do show up to school and you are late, and you are under 10 minutes late, you need to go directly to your class. If you are over 10 minutes late to a class, you need to come to the attendance window and get a slip to go back to class. In the morning, if you know that you're going to be leaving early and you have a note from your parent, you need to come to the office first thing in the morning, come to the attendance window, drop off your note, and they'll give you a pass so you can leave. Remember, if you just leave school without a pass to leave, even with your parents' permission, you will get an hour of detention. Oak Ridge High School, you have 48 hours to clear any unexcused absence or tardies. You clear those by coming to the attendance office or having your parents call in to the attendance office. For tardies, your first and second tardy will be handled between you and your teacher. On your third tardy, you will be called down to the office and you will receive detentions. On your fourth, fifth, and all subsequent tardies, you will receive detentions and/or Saturday schools for the appropriate level. If you cut a class, you will receive 3 hours of detention. If you miss 2 or more classes, you'll receive a Saturday school. We meticulously go through all the attendance notes to make sure we find every student that has missed a class or multiple classes. Your success depends on being in class. Oak Ridge High School, you do have to have a parking permit to park on the Oak Ridge campus, or you risk getting detentions. To get a parking permit, you come into the assistant principal's office, you grab a parking registration form, you bring it home, you fill it out, you have your parents fill it out, and you bring it back to the assistant principal's secretary and turn it in. A small fee will be charged. To park on campus, in any spot, your placard must be showing with the number outward, hanging on your rear view mirror. Remember, Oak Ridge, no student parking in the main office parking lot. Students are not allowed to park anywhere in the main office parking lot. Alright, Oak Ridge, this is critical. You absolutely positively cannot park in any spot marked reserve. Any student that's parked in a reserved spot will receive a Saturday school for their first offense and can be suspended for all future offenses. Even if you do not have your parking tag, we can look up who you are through your license plate number. You can only park in the unmarked spots such as these. And remember, no skateboards, bicycles, rollerblades, or anything else with wheels can be ridden on the Oak Ridge campus. What is especially important is that we all remember that even if we have medications assigned to us by a doctor, that we cannot bring those to school without permission from the nurse. There is a form to be filled out by your parents. The medication stays with the nurse, and when you need the medication, you go to the nurse's office and is administered by the nurse. This includes even non-prescriptions such as Tylenol, Advil, aspirin, etc. You can be expelled from school first offense for having Tylenol, aspirin, or a doctor's prescription without the school's prior permission. And remember, Oak Ridge, I know this is obvious, but there can be no guns or alcohol of any kind on campus at any time, day or night, 24/7. You cannot have clothing that depicts weapons or alcohol either. No illegal drugs or prescription medication of any kind is allowed at school, at any time, or at any school event. The first offense is a suspension, and the second offense can be a suspension or expulsion. I also want to remind everyone that they need to carry their school ID at all times, whether it's clipped to the lanyard, or it's clipped to your shirt, or it's just in your wallet. At any time, a school official can ask you for your ID and you have to provide it. If you do not have your school ID, you can receive consequences such as detentions or a Saturday school. Now the big question is, when do all of these rules that you heard today apply to you? Well, they apply during what's called school hours. And what are school hours? What's that definition? The court has defined school hours as the second you leave your home in the morning to start coming to school, until the second you get home from school at the end of the school day. These rules also apply to any activity linked to school, such as a sporting event you go to take part in or watch, even at another school, or any school dance, or any activity you take part in at another school. All the school rules apply to you, and therefore all the school's consequences can apply to you as well. Thank you, Oak Ridge, for watching this video.